Welcome, guys, to the 2018 gold medal game of the Kevin Coombs Cup at the Australian National Championships. The game's underway. A couple of technical difficulties to start with. Just sitting here with David Gould, 5-time Paralympian from the Australian Rollers. So welcome to David, and we're going to call the game for you today.
Thanks, Shane. It's good to be here. Big crowd in attendance. And this is going to be a really great game between two powerhouse teams.
Certainly is. As we can see, WA off to a good start. They've been quite dominant for the tournament thus far.
Brian's going to be a key player for Victoria today. Big, strong, quick, gets inside very easily. So he's Western Australia's got to try to do a big job on him. Good 2 points there from Western Australia, taking them to a 6-2 lead. Dewberry brings the ball down the court looking for an opening. Victoria do a good job of cutting that off. Passes to Georgia Inglis. Back to Dewberry. Dewberry's got the ball at the point. Passes to Big Ben. Puts a shot up, misses. Jonty gets the rebound, looking for an outlet pass. Victoria out on the break. Good defense recovery there from Western Australia. Dewberry passes it on to Tomahu. Another 2 points.
I think this is where the game's going to be won in the defensive end, Gouldy. I think WA have been very strong all tournament so far, defensively.
Yes, they have. It's going to be an up-tempo game. Both teams are very quick. Whoever can control the defensive end of the floor will think it will go a long way to winning the game and winning the championship. Great pass by Dewberry. Into McHugh, another 2 points to Western Australia, 10-4. Georgia English hits the deck and a really good defensive play. Georgia's actually in the Gliders squad, being away with several tours with the Gliders, and should be hoping to be selected for the World Championships in 4 months' time, where both the Rollers and the Gliders have both qualified, and looking forward to a successful campaign for both groups.
First time out for the game. 10-4, Western Australia. I think the key to Victoria's success today is shutting down Andrew Dewberry and Tommy. They're the key guys for WA. Same for Victoria. Victoria's key scorers have been Brian Carminetti and Jonty Brown. Jonty Brown, team high score last night of, I think it was 30 points and 24 rebounds. So, there's going to be a tight tussle today between Tom and Jonty under the basket.
Yes, I think it's going to be an up-tempo game, pushing the ball up the floor, see if they can get the big guys inside for both teams. And it could come down to who puts the ball in the hole, who shoots a good percentage.
I agree. The stats from the start of the week across the tournament actually were quite good. I was looking at 50-60% shooting, from some of the key guys and some of the key girls. So that's really promising.
Victoria ball from the baseline, passes it into Jonty. Jonty Brown's going around, coming around the top to Jeremy Tyndall. Takes a tough shot, misses. Good rebound by WA, out to Dewberry. Andrew Dewberry's pushing the ball down the floor, looking for an opening. Victoria does a good job in stopping the transition.
Excellent pass.
Great pass, great finish, great offense by Western Australia. Western Australia's got out to a good start here. 12-4 lead. Foul there by Western Australia. Didn't quite cover the path of the wheelchair. So you have to make sure you cover the path and not coming from the side. So that was a good call by the referees. Inside to Brian. Brian finishes a nice shot. Cuts the lead to 6. Dewberry's got the ball at the point. Looking for a nice cross pick by Bang, but he's done it illegally. It's a moving screen, adjudicated by the umpire. You've got to make sure when you come across and set a pick, or you're setting up pick, that your chair's not moving. You actually stop, or you do it in the way where you can not hit the chair. Victoria ball. Brian's trying to get to the basket and does a great job splitting between 2 players and gets to the hole. Brian's definitely started this game well. Shame.
Yeah, like I said, Brian's been a key player for Victoria for the past 4 games. Taking another steal there and lost it. I think you're right, though, Gouldy. I think whoever shoots at the higher clip today is going to come away with the gold medal. You can't afford to be missing shots under the basket or giving the ball away.
Johns is trying to get inside. Western Australia, obviously, John is going to be a major factor for Victoria, and they're playing really good defence on him at the moment.
Western Australia have been very good so far in the tournament with their full court press. So Victoria today are going to have to do something special to run their transition to beat the press. It's going to be a tough gig all game for them offensively, getting the ball down the court.
Big of a sloppy pass there by Beng, and Western Australia are lucky they didn't turn the ball over. Western Australia ball from the baseline. Good defence by Jonty, just his tall stature, long arms, made that pass very hard for George Inglis, and she turned it over. Jonty's now got inside, here to Jalen Brown, who's just got a nice easy 2 points. Great ball movement by Victoria, found the open player, 1 extra pass, it's very hard to defend.
That was a great cut down the other end prior to that last play by Dewberry, cutting down the middle. I think, like I said, turning the ball over is critical for this game. Reducing the amount of turnovers is going to be one of the key stats for this game.
We're here at the Geelong Arena today, and it's a pleasure to have Shane Finesse sitting with me today as one of the Rollers coaches and probably involved in the under-23s World Championships coming up in 3 years. And Shane's been a great asset to the wheelchair basketball program. And he's also the coach of the Kilsyth Cobblers.
Thanks, Gouldy.
Pleasure, mate. And of course, I'm here. It's David Gould, who's also involved in the Australian program and is the head coach of the Australian Gliders. It's great to see a few Gliders out here involved in this program. So it's a mixed competition here. Women can play in the men's team, and we've also got Sarah Vinci, who's the Western Australian coach, who's is one of the key players in the Gliders, and she's coaching this junior team, which is fantastic to have a senior player involved in juniors and developing the game.
WA first possession, they've thrown the ball away. Victoria in transition.
2-on-1. It's a very smart play there by Andrew Dewberry. He stayed on Jonty. Jonty's probably a better finisher, and he let the one-pointer Jeremy Tyndall take that shot, but he nailed the shot.
That's going to be the story of Victoria's day today. They've got to get out and they've got to put a hand up to Tom McHugh, who's going to nail that all day long. Tom McHugh being one of the next superstars of our under-23 Australian team in the coming years.
Tom McHugh, only 16 years of age. Big size, nice and tall in his wheelchair. He's got a very nice shooting touch, and he's going to be a major, as you said, he's going to be a superstar moving forward.
I know he's been working really hard on his shot, and it's something that even through the National League, he's been getting minutes through the National League, and he's really improved his shot, and it's really come through this week at this tournament.
Duberry's got the ball at the point, looks to Tom McHugh, working with Mary Friday. Skip pass over to Duberry. Pass was a little bit high, and ball went out of court, Victoria ball.
Victoria now have to take the opportunity when WA aren't putting the full court press on to play some really good half-court basketball, and that is not going to do it for them.
Couple of wayward passes in the last two plays. A few nerves out here.
Yeah, looks like it.
I think that's going to be the key to the game, is that Western Australia's got two major bigs, and they try to stop Tom McHugh, it'll go to Beng. If they stop Beng, it's going to go to Tom. And Duberry's very good at distributing the ball and giving the ball to the open player.
Yeah, I think Duberry's getting a little bit of a free kick there at the top of the key. They're not getting a chair on him, which is it's crucial to stop the ball handler early, letting him drive through the key, and then make those little slip passes for layups is not going to cut it today.
Great rebound, great outlet pass, and a nice finish from Tom McHugh. Another 2 points. Victoria going to have to make sure they've got backcourt coverage here.
Yep.
Western Australia just going to run away with this game. Nice job from Brian inside. Got the ball facing away from the basket, was able to turn his chair a bit and twist his body and put the shot up and make a nice 2 points. Andrew Duberry is trying to go through space which wasn't there, hit the wheelchair, and the umpire's called it a foul.
They're pretty lucky. He's getting in the key, though. The idea is to keep the ball handler, don't let their keys inside, don't let their wheels inside the key. So it's important to make sure that they hit his chair early, put the pressure on.
Brian's just got back inside. Nice pass from John T. Brown. Fantastic pass on the money. Makes that shot so much easier when the pass hits his hands where he wants it.
I think WA have just pulled off their press, and they're sitting back in their half-court defence, and they've allowed a couple easy baskets underneath from the likes of Brian, who can muscle in. Nice
little play, but Georgia Inglis, unfortunately, was unable to finish the layup. Oh, that's one that Johnsy would like to take back, and probably should have finished that one with his experience. Georgia English makes up for the one she missed before with a nice layup on the left-hand side of the floor.
Brian Carminati very lucky there not to get an offensive foul.
John D. Brown's shooting a little bit flat at the moment. He needs to give the ball a little bit more air and give it a chance to go in. Nice cross pick by Georgia Inglis. She's now rolling through the hole. Duberry's now got Tom McHugh underneath. Nice pass. Tries a reverse layup, but unfortunately just didn't go.
A little bit undisciplined play there by Tom McHugh. He missed the shot under the basket, and then he's let rip with a foul.
Coach killers, you miss a layup, then you go back and play a foul. So it's just not what you want. You make a mistake, you just get on to the next job and don't foul.
Turn around and start pushing. Get back there to play some D. Good pass, unlucky.
Good play. It was actually probably forced that 3-second call by the good rotation by the WA defence to make the extra pass.
Yep, they forced a turnover with a chance for the last play of the quarter.
Just holding the ball up. Couple of up picks. They've got the ball.
Oh, they've turned it over.
Great little play. Just didn't execute the pass. And that brings us to quarter time.
Yep.
Western Australia 22, Victoria 16.
And at the end of the first quarter, we have Western Australia winning, taking the lead 22-16 over Victoria.
Are you making a cake for Mummy's birthday?
Phoebe is very keen on the idea, yeah. Okay, yeah, I better go. I gotta get the alarm.
Love you. Miss you.
Street and the sound if you knew how much this
What is it?
We're coming to see you.
and how long I'll play it for you. It feels like home. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
Welcome back. Quarter time here at the Geelong Arena. And you got Western Australia up by 6 points at quarter time, 22-16. This has been a very up-tempo game, Shane.
I think Victoria now need to get a couple of stops early. You know, we're talking about 5 points away. Sorry, 6 points. And we definitely need to make sure that both ends of the court defensively is very strong, you know, as we start this quarter. Victoria can't let it get away from them now.
Western Australia's two big men, Tom and Ben, have got 18 points out of the 22. So part of Western Australia's game plan is to pound the ball inside to the big guys, and it's working very well for them at the moment. Brian has chipped in with 10 points of his own for Victoria. Great work from Brian to get inside. Great chair skills to get to a nice, easy 1 foot, 2 foot shot. But unfortunately, he missed the shot. Dubry pushes the ball down the court, sees an opening. Good defense by Jonty Brown to cover that. Once again, goes back inside to Tom McHugh, who makes a nice little play inside. He's going to be very hard to stop here today, Shane.
Yeah, across the court, WA is shooting 73% from the field, you know, versus 50 from Victoria. That's what we talked about earlier, you know. Whoever shoots a high percentage clip is going to get the points, I think, at the end of the game.
Nice rebound by Jonty Brown. He makes another 2 points. 24-18 here. Georgie Inglis has the ball. Looking for something to pass to. Passes to Dubry. It's normally a great outside shot. Unfortunately, misses that one. Victoria on the break. Jonty Brown's pushing hard to post up inside, but they just don't get the ball to him. Great job by Isabel Martin. Another glider who set a great seal. Isabel Martin got in front of the defence and left a wide open lane for that Victorian 2 points.
That was a great seal.
That was a great seal. Something she does very well as a one-pointer part of her role, but she does it very, very well.
WA put on their full court press again, and already the Vics are under pressure. Another turnover from Victoria.
Nice outlet pass.
And they're going to end up in transition.
Georgia Inglis comes up to set a pick.
Yet again,
Dewberry
no chair on Dewberry. I think Victoria really allowing Dewberry to dictate the game right now. He's able to run the ball from either side. He's really creating space for everyone else in WA.
WA have got a bit of a problem on the offensive rebounds. They're letting Victoria get 2 or 3 shots, so they need to really tighten up. Make
First
sure
points
they
for
block
James
out.
Weinart. Jeremy Tyndall in transition. 2 points. 24-22. 24 all.
Great run by Victoria. And a good timeout by Sarah Vinci here to stop the run. Good comeback by Victoria. You know, they were down 6, didn't panic, just played smart basketball. And they've cut this lead. Well, they've cut the lead. There's no leagues.
Yep.
Even ball game here, 24 each. Sarah Vinci is laying down the law to some of her players here. One of her keys would be the offensive rebound. Victoria just getting far too many.
And making shots under the basket. I think WA missed a couple of crucial shots then. Turned the ball over. Victoria off in transition. Come back down and scored, which is as good as 4 points. Missed 1 shot. The other team scores another. That's as good as 4.
Both coaches here are laying the law down to their players. I think Victoria coach is probably a little bit happier now than he was good 2 or 3 minutes ago.
I'd agree. We've got a great game here. A couple of minutes into the second quarter, 24 all here at Geelong Arena. Coming out of a timeout, Western Australia ball.
Nice skip pass to Beng. Beng looks for an outside shot. And makes a great shot from outside. Beng's been a handy player, both inside and outside.
He has. I think he's up to 6 for the game so far. Sorry, my mistake. He's up to 10. He scored 10 points so far in the game.
Good foul by Tom McHugh there. Brian was able to get inside and Tom was behind him and couldn't get to defend the shot, so he fouled him before he put the shot up. That way, Western Australia gets a good defensive position. Jonty Brown takes an outside shot. It's a little bit short. Victoria's got an outlet. Georgia English is pushing the ball down the floor. Turns out away from the defence. She's now looking for a teammate.
Jubury's left alone again.
Good patient offence by Western Australia. Got a good look. It just didn't drop.
Yep, they had a couple of opportunities then to get a couple of good looks.
Jeremy Tyndall with another great seal. Izzy Martin's done one, Jeremy's done another one, but unfortunately that shot just didn't drop.
Dewberry off again. Great transition by WA. Victoria got to do something about stopping that leak out.
Good offence by Victoria. Got the ball inside to Jonty where they wanted the ball and unfortunately just didn't knock it down. Wow, Beng's feeling it.
He's on fire.
He's on fire, so Western Australians doing the right thing and going straight back to him. When a player gets hot, you make sure you keep giving him the ball and shooting the ball very well. Victoria's going to have to address that. Another good job to get Jonty Brown inside, and this time he knocks down the shot. Takes the score of 30 Western Australia, 26 Victoria with 4 minutes 48 to go in the first half.
Victoria really need Jonty Brown to start firing up. He scored 30 points last night. His average has been about 22 a game, and he's but a few points, you know, into his clip for the day, and we're 4 minutes from half time. So he's really got to start playing more of an aggressive offensive game.
Western Australia takes this gap out to 6 points.
Western Australia sitting back in their half-court defence at the moment, getting a bit of a rest. I like the way Western Australia keep changing up their defence, so you know, it puts a little bit more pressure on Victoria for a couple of minutes, then they'll suck it back in, take a few deep breaths, and then they'll lock down the key, and then they'll push back up again a few minutes later. Doesn't really allow Victoria to get set into any offence.
No, I think it's a good plan by Sarah Vinci and the Western Australian staff. Really tough shot inside by Jonty Brown.
Survival of the fittest. Head down, butts up.
An outlet pass went out, but neither of them knew it was on its way. It was there. Jeremy Tingle hit the floor, but his teammates have got him back up into his chair, and we're ready to go again. 32-26, 3:51 to go in the second. Passes inside to James. Nice block from behind by Tom McHugh. Tom McHugh does a great job. Two great defensive
Excellent
plays
steal
there by Tom. He's now pushing the ball down the floor, looking for someone. Passes to Dubry. Dubry passes inside to Beng. Beng's has got a huge mismatch on Isabel Martin here, but unfortunately couldn't make that shot. Izzy played good defence there, but it was just a size factor she couldn't do anything about. But she pulled down the rebound.
That's excellent patience by Izzy. Excellent patience.
Back inside to Tom, puts up the shot, rattles around, pops out. Great job by Dubry to tap that rebound back up to Tom. Tom doesn't make any mistakes with the second attempt.
Victoria really can't afford to let Tom McHugh rebound his own shots under the basket from behind.
2 minutes 50 to go here. 34-28, Western Australia's way. It's good to see Queensland team here supporting the grand final. They had a tough win today against New South Wales and they secured the bronze medal game. But it's also very pleasing to see a team here from South Australia who unfortunately haven't had a team in the Kevin Coons Cup for many years. But their junior program is slowly coming back and they had a good tournament here as well.
The tournament's been very impressive. I've seen 3 days worth of wheelchair basketball and, you know, looking at the young guys coming through, we've got a lot of talent available for us, and it's great to see Queensland win the bronze medal this morning, and it was also good to see South Australia play so well during the week, considering they haven't had a team in the competition for a few years. 34-28, WA, 2 minutes 51 left in the second for half-time. What do you think the key is, Gordy, in the next 2.5 minutes?
I think it's a big 2.5 minutes in this game. I think Victoria have to really, really make sure they can dominate the boards and don't give Western Australia too many offensive rebounds, because the size of Western Australia, they're going to hurt you inside. And for Western Australia, they've got to try to get some stops here, and if they can get 2 or 3 stops, get 2 stops in a row and get some scores, that could go out to a 10-point game before half-time.
Nice start by Victoria there, setting a seal for Jonty Brown. I think that's one of the first times they've allowed Jonty to get into the key and make a layup through traffic. WA have been pretty good at keeping the Vic bigs out of the key.
Good defensive stop here by Victoria. Jonty Brown passes to Brian. Brian's pushing the ball down the court, looking for an opening. Great defence by Dewey. Knocks the ball out of Brian's hands. It's going to be Victoria's ball from the sideline. 4-point game here at the Geelong Arena. 2:05 to go in the second quarter. Victoria's ball from the baseline. Pass comes in. They're stuck in the corner a little bit here, Victoria. Western Australia's done a good job by keeping their players there. Ben's going out. Good chair pressure, really good chair pressure here. They're a long way from the basket. Great defence by Western Australia there. Great stop.
Minute 50 to go before half time, and every possession, I think, you've got to do something with every possession. You can't just turn the ball over.
Yeah, it's important for both teams, especially at the moment where they really get a good look. If it doesn't drop, it doesn't drop, but get a really good look, get a good shot.
When points are hard to come by, turning the ball over on the 24-second clock is...
Bit of a rush possession there. Probably didn't need to take that shot so quickly. But Dubry recovers, gets on to the next job, and makes a great defensive play. Western Australian ball from the... Victorian ball from the baseline.
Jalen Brown, throw it in to Jonty Brown.
Shot goes up, misses, rebound by Western Australia. Andrew Dubry's pushing the ball up the floor. He's just so poised, so relaxed, isn't he, when he plays? He's making good decisions most of the time, getting the ball to the right person, and you get it to a big guy down there, they're going to score most times.
He continues to drive the basket, continues to get a free pathway into the middle of the key, and just continues to pass it off for layups.
I think young Joel Herbert here is doing a great job defensively. He's not big in stats, but he's doing a great job defense with his size in his chair. He's really quick in his chair.
Yep.
He's keeping between the player on the basket with his chair, and he's doing a great job making Victoria work really hard for every point they get.
And I agree. I think WA are doing a really good job defensively in their half court to keep the bigs out. Hence the reason why Jonty's... I've only seen Jonty have one layup to the basket uncontested so far. They've done a really good job keeping Brian and Jonty Brown out of the key. That's what WA need to keep doing if they're going to win this game.
Young Tisha comes into the game. 15 years of age she is. Hasn't only been playing the game for 18 months, and she's averaging over 20 points a game in National League, in the Women's National League. Great find for the Gliders program.
Yes, I've seen her train a number of times. She's very good, very good. Another good prospect for Australia. She actually sits quite tall in a chair too. She
sits very tall in the chair. I'm very pleased with her progress and the way she's going. And I think she'll be a possible for Tokyo 2020. As long as she keeps working hard, of course.
Oh, I know. I see her down at MSAC training at 6 a.m. in the mornings. So she's definitely working hard. Fighting for a position. WA, last play of the day for the half.
Great call by this young referee from Western Australia. She's been a real find for refereeing. First time I've ever seen her, but she's done a great job this week, and for obvious reason she's got the gold medal. With that call, you're only allowed to touch your wheel twice.
Yep.
Or you have to bounce it, pass it, or shoot it. And Big Ben touched it 3 times, so she was right on the money with that call. So
half time here at Geelong Arena in the gold medal game for the Kevin Coombs Cup, Australian National Championships, and WA is 6 points up, 36-30.
Is this where our dreams start?
Bounce the ball. The first goal.
The inspiration from an idol? Vicinity Centres Aussie Hoops is Basketball Australia's official introductory program for kids of all abilities.
Basketball is everyone's game, with programs happening in every community.
This is where dreams start. Become a Vicinity Centres Aussie Hooper today. Register at aussiehoops.com.au.
I didn't realise before, like she comes down and trains in the mornings.
feels like home to me. It feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
Welcome to my house. In here, the game is sacred. It's a game that breaks barriers and crosses cultures. A game that demands respect. A game with a long and proud history. A game where legends are born. It's as poetic as it is ferocious. And when you step on this court, remember, this is my house.
Is this where our dreams start?
Bounce the ball. The first goal.
The inspiration from an idol? Vicinity Centre's Aussie Hoops is Basketball Australia's official introductory program for kids of all abilities.
Basketball is everyone's game, with programs happening in every community.
This is where dreams start. Become a Vicinity Centre's Aussie Hooper today. Register at aussiehoops.com.au.
12 points for him.
Are you making a cake for Mummy's birthday?
Phoebe is very keen on the idea, yeah. Okay, yeah, I better go. I gotta get to the bar.
Love you.
Down
Miss you.
the street and a silent way in the night.
Let's have a look.
If you knew how much this
What is it?
We're coming to see you.
and how long I've waited for your touch. It feels like home to me. It feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
Welcome to my house. In here, the game is sacred. It's a game that breaks barriers and crosses cultures. A game that demands respect. A game with a long and proud history. A game where legends are born. It's as poetic as it is ferocious. And when you step on this court, remember, this is my house.
Is this where our dreams start?
Bounce the ball. The first goal.
The inspiration from an idol? Vicinity Centre's Aussie Hoops is Basketball Australia's official introductory program for kids of all abilities.
Basketball is everyone's game, with programs happening in every community.
This is where dreams start. Become a Vicinity Centre's Aussie Hooper today. Register at aussiehoops.com.au.
Are you making a cake for Mummy's birthday?
Phoebe is very keen on the idea, yeah. Okay, yeah, I better go. I gotta get to the bar.
Love you.
Down
Miss you.
the street and Mummy's birthday.
In the night. Let's have a look. If you knew how much this
What is it?
We're coming to see it. And how long I've waited for your touch. It feels like home to me. It feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
Welcome to my house. In here, the game is sacred. It's a game that breaks barriers and crosses cultures. A game that demands respect. A game with a long and proud history. A game where legends are born. It's as poetic as it is ferocious. And when you step on this court, remember, this is my house.
Is this where our dreams start?
The bounce of the ball. The first goal.
The inspiration from an idol? Vicinity Centre's Aussie Hoops is Basketball Australia's official introductory program for kids of all abilities.
Basketball is everyone's game, with programs happening in every community.
This is where dreams start. Become a Vicinity Centre's Aussie Hooper today. Register at aussiehoops.com.au.
Andrew Dewberry has provided WA with 12 assists, and I think that, like we've been talking about all games so far, his ability to get into the key and distribute to the bigs and pass back out for open shots, that's been the key for WA. 12 assists is huge at halftime.
No, the Bigs have got 32 points out of the 36, but it's all come from Dewberry's being able to find men the ball in the right spot.
Yep, they've done a great job shutting down Chauncey Brown from Victoria, who's been a leading point scorer for Victoria, and he's got 6 points at halftime. So WA on point with their defence so far in the game.
So what do you think both coaches told their teams at halftime?
I think WA, they probably talked about making more shots underneath the basket and continuing to get Dewberry into the key and sit in their shooting positions and make sure that they make them from either side of the key. I think Victoria need to focus on their rebounding and their defensive stops. So Vic need to really stop the ball handler. As you can see now, Dewberry's still allowed to go and dribble and drive right to the key and then distribute. If they don't stop that early now, this could become a blowout by the third quarter, the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think Dewberry's the key here. He's just being able to do what he wants to do.
Yep,
Victoria really need to concentrate on stopping him and stopping his chair early, so he can't just do what he wants to do and get the ball where he wants to get it to. Outside to Beng. Beng looks for an outside shot. Who was 8 from 9 at half time, so shooting the ball very well. Victoria's on a fast break here. Great job from Jeremy Tingle. 1 pointer to be able to make that layup in traffic.
Jeremy Tyndall's up to 10 points for the game so far.
Once again, Big Ben gets inside the key and they just can't stop him. You know, he's just so big in there on his chair. He sits tall on his chair.
He's up to 20 points for the game, Ben.
20 points, and it's just after half time.
Yep.
Nice comeback by Jonty Brown from outside. Jonty really has to get going here to keep Victoria in the game.
Yep, between Jeremy Tyndall and Brian Carminati, they've got 20, 22, 24 points between them. They really need Jonty to fire up to get a few more points on the board and make it competitive till the end of the game.
Tyndall's got Tish underneath the basket, and she makes a nice little post-up move on a smaller player.
That was an excellent pass by Jeremy Tyndall. I think WA just need to settle here a little bit, get back in their defensive strategy, which worked for them well through the first half.
Victoria pushes the ball down the floor. Victoria lucky not to turn the ball over. Then it hit Jonty in the back. Recovers from the pass. Georgia gets the rebound. Just about to pass the ball out to Tom on a fast break, but the umpires called the game up because there's a player in danger on the ground. Which is a tough decision for the umpire. Do you let it go and they give them the layup, or you stop it?
It always is. And as a coach, you stand there and go, that's a transition layup for us. We've just missed.
Yeah, it's very frustrating when the umpire calls.
But at the end of the day,
back.
It's player safety, which is, you know, that's a major part of our game. WA seem to come out after the halftime break. They're not quite as sharp as they were in the first half. Passing's a little loose, allowing the VICs to get into the key.
Now, Victoria's a team who can score quickly, so Western Australia's got to make sure they keep in the game. And great little move from Jalen Brown there.
Jalen Brown with the bright green chair. Aspirations to play for Australia one day, and he could well do that.
Yeah, a great young kid. As we have another player on the ground, and Jonty Brown as the offense player pointed to the player and asked the umpire to stop the game so we can get him up and get him back into the offense. Jonty Brown took a three-point shot there because the clock was running down. Dubry's on a fast break. It's going to be very hard to stop from here. Tom McHugh.
Big call.
Tom McHugh should have stayed away from Jalen Brown. He's now calling a legal block on him. 2 points doesn't count.
It's unfortunate for WA, especially in a tight game like this. Angus Johnson from WA, just about to hit the floor.
That's it could be a very big part of the game. Tom McHugh's now on 4 fouls, and Sarah Vinci's had to take him out of the game. So they've only got their one big now. It could be a big key for Victoria.
That could be a huge game changer for this gold medal. It's Tom McHugh being their leading point scorer, one of the leading point scorers throughout the tournament, sitting on 4 fouls, and we're only a couple of minutes into the third quarter. This is where the VICs need to really capitalise on getting the ball into the key, transition.
Jalen Brown drew the flat foul, and he's now off to the foul line to shoot 2.
I think the next 6 minutes for Victoria is crucial for them. Sarah Vinci calls a timeout. Talk to her players about what their strategy is going to be. It's tough time of the game for Sarah. She's got some big calls here to make. She either puts Tom on and lets him go and gets his 5th and he's out, or she sits him, does something different with her strategy. I think going back to their, they've played for the first half. I think their defense, their half-court defense, keeping the likes of Johnson in break, they can do that for another 6 minutes and then get Tom back in the last quarter potentially and maintain a scoreline. That should be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a big 6 minutes of the game. I agree with you, Shane. I think they've got to really just try to pick up the defence and try to stop them from scoring as much as they can and score some passes themselves and keep this game close for when Tom comes back in.
Yeah, the worst thing that can happen now is that she gives Tom a little bit of a rest, and then the VICs come in and they get 10 points on WA, because that'll be tough to get back in a 2-point game.
Yes, it will be.
Let's see what strategy Victoria's come out with after the timeout to see what their new style of play is without WA's big on the court.
One more shot from the free throw line. Try to bring this back to a 1-point game. And he nails it.
He has got a beautiful shot. That is an absolutely beautiful shot.
Technique is superb.
Yep.
Superb, isn't it? It's absolutely perfect. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to following his future.
Me too.
In the under 23, under 23s, and then obviously the role of moving forward.
Yep.
So 1-point game here, 6 minutes to go. Derby brings the ball down the floor. Really tough pass to Ben, but Ben's done a great job to pull that in. Over to Dewberry. Dewberry sizes up the outside shot.
Looks like they got Brian face guarding Ben. Try and stop some of those passes, maybe slow down the scoring a little bit.
Waiting for Jonty to get inside.
Tough pass.
To Jalen. Jalen back out to Jonty. Good ball movement by Victoria. And a great look from outside and puts Victoria in the lead.
There's a few wobbly passes throughout that play, but it made it to the destination every occasion, and they finished up with 2 points.
Western Australia's offense is going a little bit stagnant here. They're really missing the Tom McHugh, the extra height, the extra big man out there.
This is where Victoria really need to capitalise. They're doing a great job defensively in the half court on Ben. This could be the game changer. 5 more minutes before the end of the third. Still no Tom McHugh.
Victoria just have to keep pounding inside. They've got a huge height advantage now, so pound the ball inside and they could really go a long way to win this game by three-quarter time.
Yep.
I think Western Australia starting to panic here. As I say that, Victoria chuck away a bag pass for a turnover.
I think if Victoria don't capitalise here on Tom McHugh sitting on the bench, this game could still go WA's way. Victoria really need to put the hammer down now. Eight seconds left on the shot clock.
They're looking for Ben to get hot from outside
They've given
again.
it to their shooter.
Great rebound by Jonty. Goes up on one wheel, gets the outlet pass out.
Victoria in transition. They're going to make some of these layups if they want to put more points on the board.
Good
foul.
call.
Yeah, good call. Good foul in the end. Stop the transition.
Sarah Vinci's running another sub here. Trying to get a combination to try to get them back into this game. Really good job by Ben. The pass wasn't on the money, but he was able with his good hands to get the ball and make a nice shot. Back to a 1-point game. Victoria's up by 1. So with 3:40 to go. Turnover by Victoria.
Some real
Andrew
sloppy
Dewberry.
passes by the Vics. Real sloppy passes. They've got to nail those if they want to put points on the board underneath the basket.
Nice
Dewberry
job.
again. Oh.
Really good job to get him inside, but
Yep.
he just missed 2 shots.
Dewberry's doing a great job distributing the ball still. Oh.
Great defence there. Great defence by Western Australia. Great recovery there. Ball's out in the open court with Dewberry. 2-on-1 situation. Georgia English misses an open layup.
That was unlucky for WA. That was a good couple of play fades from them, both the
Probably
offense
should have
and
went back
defense.
to Dubry there.
Yep.
Great job by Joel here. Working really hard in defense.
Shot clock down to 6. Oh, and it's counted.
Western Australia just can't panic here. They got to dig deep. Just really work hard on their defence. Another 2 minutes, 38 to go to 3-quarter time. And I think Sarah will gamble and put Tom back out on the floor.
I mean, three points is not a lot. The game's been up and down by 2 or 3 points for the majority. For 3 quarters, there's only 2.5 minutes left. As long as they can maintain that scoreline, then I think they'll be in good shape coming into the 4th.
Duby's got the ball.
It's critical now that Victoria, if they want to continue this lead, they've got to get a couple of stops.
Nice reversal. Nice, good looking shot from outside. Just didn't drop. Western Australia's gone a little bit cold here on offense. Victoria's pushing the ball down the floor with Brian. Brian sees the gap, puts it accelerator on, and goes to the hole and draws a foul on Georgia English.
That's probably a really good foul by Georgia, because Brian was going nowhere, and he generally he'd throw that over the back of his head, and hopefully one of the VICs would get it, but that time he was quite lucky.
On that foul there, we'll reach the bonus.
2 minutes 14 to go here. Victoria up by 4 in the 3rd quarter, I should say. Victoria up by 4 with Brian to have 2 free throws. Nails the first. Didn't look like missing.
That's critical for Victoria, except they've thrown it away and given away a foul.
Great hustle by WA to get that ball back. Still only 5 points, 2 minutes to go. They can get through to half-time only being 5 or 7 points down.
Yep. I think WA just need to be probably a little more patient in offense rather than trying to force a shot. Juby's done a great job so far of drawing all the defenders out. Can't allow him to get his own rebound though, not from a mid-range shot.
That's a no-no from Victoria's point of view. Ball goes to Beng, a lot of pressure on Beng.
Oh.
That's a great shot / pass to Georgia English, who puts the shot in from underneath.
That was a great putback by Georgia. Just taking a couple of seconds off the shot clock by the look of that. Down to 22 from the 24. Victoria ball from the sideline, the backcourt.
Oh. Passes to Jonty underneath. Georgia England tries the best defence, but Jonty's unable to capitalise on that height mismatch.
Nice work by Georgia.
Outlet. Duby's got the ball in the open court. Georgia English working with him.
Gone again.
Passes to Big Beng inside. That should have been 2 points to Western Australia. Beng was wide open, no one near him, and unfortunately put the ball too hard up off the backboard. And
Georgia actually set a really nice pick and roll up there on the top of the block, and she rolled to the basket, and they probably passed over the top of when they could have given it to her for a quick layup.
Duby's got the ball, working on against the 1 point. Nice pass to Beng. Unfortunately, he's gone a little bit cold this second half. After his first half shooting performance.
It's good offense. They've got good patience. Skip passes are spot on. just not dropping like they were in the first half.
Great job from a one-pointer to be able to get that ball, turn to the basket, can get his balance and make a nice tough layup. Big offense here for Western Australia.
15 seconds left on the clock of the third. Jubry scores 2 points.
Good finish.
Brings it back to 3 points with 8 seconds left on the clock for the third quarter.
Western Australia want to make sure Victoria don't get a shot up here. Want to make sure they put chair on chair. Watch Jonty, watch the inbounder.
Oh.
They just let the inbounder go the full length of the court and get a shot up. And luckily
that
for
was
Western
a terrible
Australia.
shot.
Luckily for Western Australia, didn't pull the shot in.
I think we're up for a good finish. 44, 47, 3 points to Victoria currently. 2 minutes on the clock, three-quarter time.
Are you making a cake for Mummy's birthday?
Phoebe is very keen on the idea, yeah. Okay, yeah, I better go. I gotta get to the bar.
Love you. Bye. Miss you.
Street and a silent
Mummy's birthday.
in the night.
What's in there?
Let's have a look.
If you knew how much this
What is it?
We're coming to see you. And how long I've waited for your touch. It feels like home to me. It feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
Back here at the John Laringa. 1 quarter of basketball to go.
Welcome to my house.
47 Victoria's way. Tom
In here,
McHugh,
the game is
4
sacred.
fouls, sitting on the bench at the moment.
It's a game that breaks
When to settle
barriers.
VIC, bring him back into the game. That's going to be the key.
That's exactly right. This is a big call by the coach from WA to leave him on the bench to start the fourth. 3-point games currently to Victoria. If they get off to a good start, we'll have to revisit whether Tom continues to sit on the bench or whether she decides to get him in and play the game out.
Western Australia get the ball back from a long rebound. Passes to Dubry at the point, gets the ball to Beng, who probably should have even looked to shoot that. Even if the pass went to Andrew Dubry, I'm not sure what he was going to do with the ball. Oh, big call there, big call.
Big call. That's what happens if you sit in the key all day. Pitch up your tent, you're going to get 3 seconds.
Georgia English with the ball. Plays the point, gets the ball to Beng. Beng's just looking to shoot the ball.
Jeez, he's really hit a dry patch, hasn't he?
He has hit a dry patch. But when you're a good shooter, you generally keep shooting the ball. It's going to come back. The same, I think Victoria's done a really good job on him. They've actually forced him out wider. So he's maybe just out a little bit of his comfort range with his shot there.
I think in the first half he was what was he shooting? Something like 80+%.
8 from 9, 88%.
8 from 9. He's now 10 from. He was 10 from 20 and third, 20 points. So he's dropped his shooting percentage by 30%.
Skip pass over to Dubry. Dubry's working against the 1 point. Oh, great spin move. Gets inside.
And he's turned the ball over.
Shot clock violation or pass back, whichever one you want to take. It was a turnover, Victoria ball. Still only a 3-point game here, so Victoria hasn't really taken the game away from Western Australia.
I think that's in Western Australia's favour.
Yes.
Myself. I think that's in their favour. Gouldy, I reckon if Victoria can't put more points on the board and Tom McHugh comes back on and gets his 10, 15 points, then Victoria could find themselves in trouble at the end of the game.
Georgia Inglis goes to the hole. And it's been called for a charge foul. Both offences at the moment are a little bit all over the place. There's no real structure to it. They're a bit ragged.
Yep.
I think the pressure of the game's starting to tell some of these players. When does Sarah Vinci make this decision to get Tom out there? Young James does a great job.
Sarah
Puts
Vinci
Victoria
calling
up by
up Tom.
5.
Sarah Vinci now calling up Tom. Tom McHugh's just about to head back on court.
Nice pick. Gets Beng inside. Beng's looking for his shot inside. And unfortunately he's unable to finish that one.
Look, I think personally this is a good move by Sarah Vinci for WA head coach. I think getting Tom back out there, steady the ship a little bit, get the points back to an even game, and then let the game run out. You know, Tom's got to continue to play his game and not play soft. And I think WA are in good shape right now.
Still 7.5 minutes to go in this game. It's a long time to go.
Yep.
They get one of their main scorers back out on the floor now. Really work hard on the defense.
I think they've done. I think you're right. They've done a really good job. 5 points down, and they've played a full. What's that? Nearly 12.5 minutes they've played of basketball, and they're only 5 points down, and they've had their number one point scorer on the bench. So WA, I think they're in great shape. I think that's a great decision to get Tom back out the court.
James makes one from the free throw line, takes the lead out to 6 points. I think it's going to be a very interesting 7.5 minutes here. Can Western Australia get this lead back? Or can Victoria hold on? Forget young Tom McHugh underneath, where they want him.
Immediate impact.
And straight away, Western Australia's offence looks completely different with Tom out there. With the two big guys either side of the floor, it's going to be hard for Victoria.
Seven seconds on the shot clock, Dewberry.
Victoria pushing the ball down the floor. Beng fouls and gets frustrated. He's going to get a warning here, I believe.
Timeout by the WA coach. Wants the troops in to have a bit of a chat.
Timeout taken for Western Australia. Score remains 50. Victoria 44 Western Australia.
I think Victoria might have missed a beat by not capitalising on Tom McHugh being off the court for 12 minutes.
I agree with you, Shane. We just need Andrew Dewberry to go back to what he was doing in that first half, and finding the big guys and distributing the ball to the open people. I think Sarah's called a good time out here. She's just trying to calm the troops down. You can see her actions, just taking deep breath. There's a long time to go in this game. So I think it was a very good, very smart time out from one of my glider players. So I was quite impressed with that.
Very good. She must have learnt that from you, Gouldy.
Oh, hopefully. What will Matt Dunstan be saying to Victoria right now?
Well, I would suspect that Matt Dunstan would be talking about keeping those bigs out of the key. I mean, right now, if his assistant coaches are looking at the stats, Ben's percentage has dropped. He's not shooting that well, so go to Dewberry, stop the ball early, and make sure Tom McHugh doesn't get a caster in the key.
That's how important assistant coaches are to a head coach of any team. You know, they got the stats, they can see what's going on, and they should be giving good advice to the head coaches.
Exactly right.
That's why you're one of the best assistant coaches going around.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Bit of a lazy pass there from Jonty.
Was.
Dubry's on the open court. He got Beng pushing hard. Think it might go back. Good defence by Jonty. He realised that ball was probably going to go back to Dubry and hedged over that way. That's been one of Dubry's first shots made in this second half, so good time to start finding
I can't actually remember the last time he hit one from outside. He's just been distributing all game.
Brian's just missed a great opportunity with Victoria there. Nice cut to the basket, wide open shot, and was unable to make it. 4-point game, 6 minutes to go here. Andrew Dubry's got the ball, working with Beng, working with Tom McHugh, gets inside, faces, and makes a great shot over a big hang.
This is real trouble for Victoria. Andrew Dubry's only scored 6 points for the game, but his ability to create space and find the likes of Tom McHugh and improve WA's shooting percentage, that's a real worry for Vics. 4-point game here, 5 minutes 41 to go in the gold medal game of the Kevin Coombs Cup. So
nice shot to take, just didn't drop. That was where Beng was getting all his points in the
they're actually
first
sitting
half.
off Ben, like we talked about out of that timeout. They're actually sitting off Ben and letting him have those outside shots. Take that shot and keep Big Tom out of the key. The only risk is that Ben, Tom, and Dubry all come on and start shooting, which is what happened to them in the last game they played. All three of those guys scored over 20 points each.
Nice, smart pass. Great pass.
Excellent
Had
patience.
the shot there, but seeing the defence coming to him, gave up a good shot for a great shot. Trying to work Big Tom inside, gets inside. Foul's been called. Tom McHugh goes to the line for 2 shots. Victoria keeping this 6-point lead.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Victoria's actually protecting the key really well. So keeping the likes of Tom McHugh out, allowing Tom to shoot those 10-footers is so important rather than him sneaking along the baseline and scoring under the basket.
Victoria make a sub. They bring Jalen Brown in for Brian.
Tom McHugh, second
Brian's
foul
on
shot.
4 fouls, so that's why that sub's been made, so he doesn't get his 5th.
4 minutes 48 left in the last quarter of the gold medal game. 48-54, Victoria lead WA.
Jonty Brown with the ball. Jalen looks for an outside shot. Wow.
Oh, that's a huge shot.
What a great shot
That's
from a young
huge
kid.
shot. Huge shot at this level with this crowd in this game.
I'm really excited for the future of that young man.
Yeah, big shot.
He shot that like it was the first shot of the game, not 4 minutes ago in a national championship gold medal
Glowing
game.
confidence. Love seeing that from our youngsters.
Victoria's saying take that shot, Beng, because he's gone off.
Yep. I like the strategy that's come out of the timeouts from Matt Dunstan. He's given the guys some clear instruction. They've recognised the low percentage shooters and they're allowing them to take the shots rather than giving that to the likes of Tom McHugh. I'm hoping that's not a sign from WA that they need to start shooting 3-pointers with almost 4 minutes left in the game and only been 8 points down.
Probably didn't really need to take that shot. They just needed a really good offense there. Would have taken the league out to 10 points.
Oh.
Victoria's, Western Australia's two big guys are going a little bit cold here in the second half.
This is where Victoria can capitalise. They need the basket. They need to pull in every rebound. Every time that ball doesn't go in, they've got to get the rebound.
Big rebound by Bang. Bang leans back, puts up another shot. Unfortunately, doesn't drop. Victoria out on the break.
You're right, Gordy. The bigs for WA, they've lost their way a little bit. And now
another great play. Another great play by a young man.
We got Jalen Brown in the transition, finishing off layups. This is an excellent finish from young Jalen.
So calm. Andrew Jubilee makes 2 points. Makes a basket from outside to cut this lead to 8 points.
And he's off to the line for another one.
2-point shot.
Makes it, cuts it to 7.
2.5 minutes, 7 points.
Still a long time to go in this game.
Game's gettable from either side.
Who's going to hold the
51-58.
nerve?
Two minutes 18 left on the clock. Gold medal game of Kevin Coombs Cup. 51-58. Victoria lead, 7 points.
Wow, Georgia Inglis is fouled out of the game. That's her 5th. That's a big bonus for Victoria
It
here.
is.
One of their main ball carriers, one of their main ball handlers. Distributes the ball really well. It's unfortunate.
Crosses really well, gets guys open.
Jonty's just found a bigger range.
And WA definitely don't want Jonty Brown starting to shoot the ball at a high clip with 2 minutes to go. It's 2 minutes is a long time to go. I'm not sure that WA really need to be shooting three-pointers this early. Get the ball in. Two
Ryan
stops,
goes to the
two
basket.
layups. Here we go.
Very smart play from Brian Hegg. Takes the play wrong. He feels the contact, but keeps going, gets a continuation, makes a nice shot, and gets a bonus.
Sarah Vinci with a timeout with 1 minute 49 in the gold medal game. 51-62 Victoria. Timeout by Sarah to settle the troops, I think.
It's going to be very tough for Western Australia to come back from here. I think Victoria's just got to be very smart, run some good offences, run the clock down, and I think they've won a national championship.
Yep, I think if they lock the key down, it's okay for them to continue with their strategy and let the guys shoot from outside. If they make a couple in the next minute 49 and they get a couple of stops in between and they score down the other end and not turn the ball over, I think they could walk away with the game.
Both coaches giving the instructions here. Sarah Vinci's asking for one big effort from her troops. Matthew Dunstan is probably saying, just be smart here, use the clock, work hard on the defensive end, and offense will be fine.
Just looking at the demeanour of both teams coming out of those timeouts, the Vics, it was a very loud team Vic, and WA have just rolled out of their timeout, a little bit lethargic, maybe a little tired. Maybe the sign of the times with 1:49 to go in the final, the gold medal game.
Makes a three-point play, takes it up to a 12-point lead. Nice up pick. Great pass by Dubry to Tom McHugh. That's all they did in the first half, and it worked so well for them.
Excellent finish. It's just taken them the last 5 minutes to make that first play, as they did in the first half. Oh.
Nice pass. Jonty Brown makes the basket and goes to the foul line for the bonus shot.
WA in some real strife right now. Good finish by Jonty Brown.
Minute 20 to go here. It's a 13-point game. Andrew Duby's got the ball, looking for some assistance. Finds Beng. Beng makes that shot.
They really missed his shooting in the third quarter, and I think they really missed Tom McHugh in the. You know, even though he wasn't playing, I think what's happened is he sat on the bench for that long and he's struggling to find a bit of form that he did in the first half.
Great ball movement. The extra pass found the wide open player inside. Andrew Duby puts up a three-point shot and nails it. There's still fight in Western Australia.
10-point game, 50 seconds to go in the gold medal match.
Western Australia's pushing the ball down the floor. Looks for another three-point shot. Tom McHugh gets the rebound, makes a shot. Back to an 8-point game. Victoria's called a timeout. I know we haven't. They've called subs. No timeout.
Victoria have just put themselves under pressure by not using the shot clock. So they've come down, they've passed the ball to Brian. Brian's had an off-balance shot, probably a very low percentage when he could have passed back out. Still had 12 seconds left on the clock. Run another 12 seconds off the clock, then got a better shot and put themselves under less stress.
Quick foul by Andrew Duber. He puts Brian from Victoria to the line to take two shots. Now Western Australia going to hope that Brian misses these shots and they get the rebound and get the ball down the court quickly and make a quick basket. Misses the first. A little bit of pressure on this shot now. Probably not a bad miss, really. Gets the clock going. Goes in, they can't call a timeout.
Yeah.
Misses the three-point shot.
That's the game. 13 seconds, gold medal game. Victoria going to roll away with the gold medal in the 2018 Kevin Coombs Cup, beating WA 68-60. Congratulations, Victoria.
68-60 is the final score here. Congratulations to Victoria. I think Western Australia's had a great week. Last year they were in the Kevin Coombs Cup. They didn't win a game. So to turn it around in 12 months to be in a gold medal game, unfortunately just fell a little bit short.
That's huge. That turnaround is, I didn't realise that. That's a huge turnaround in 1 year.
Yeah.
Congratulations to WA. They played well all week. Unfortunately today wasn't their day. I think they got in a little bit of foul trouble and that might have sorted them out for the day, I think.
So a great result here by Victoria. Okay, that brings us to the end of the game. Victoria will be receiving the cup, the Kevin Coombs Cup, from the man himself, Kevin Coombs, who's actually here, 5-time Paralympian. I had the pleasure of playing with Kevin. He started in 1960, I started in 84 and had the pleasure of playing with him. So it's great to see a competition named after a great athlete and a great man. He's going to be presenting the cup to Victoria.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that we
Is
welcome
this where our dreams start?
court to present Victoria.
They bounced the ball.
We'll have a medal presentation at the closing ceremony. We would like
The
to
first
thank
goal.
Evan being here and ask for a team photo just before the ladies warm up for their grand final game at 5 p.m.